is Masood Ahmed.
And this is Masood and Mubeen.
So today we are back with another podcast, and right now we are trying to address a question that was sent to us by a couple of close friends, and that question is related to freelancing. And looking at the current economy of Pakistan and like current dollar value and exchange rate, most of the people want to like try freelancing and earn some money to like so that they are independent and they don't rely on their parents like support their day to day
Yeah,
money needs.
exactly.
So I thought we should have a podcast on freelancing, as me myself has been working as a freelancer before, while Mubeen has been working as a freelancer for about like 4 years, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, exactly. 4 to 5 years I've been working as a freelancer. And today our podcast would be a little different because we actually are eating while talking. So it's more like a McDonald's podcast. So we are having food and we're talking. So today our topic would be about freelancing, and because we both have relevant experience related to freelancing, we'll be talking about that, and hopefully we'll be getting into much detail, and we'll be actually giving some hints and insights how you can get a good project and how can you can work on some good project and earn some money while you stay in Pakistan.
Yeah.
So before starting everything, like how about like address the issue why freelancing and what exactly is freelancing? So what do you say, Masood?
So if I talk about what is a freelancing, so it's like a remote job that you do for a company or someone, and they pay you on your on basis.
Yeah, exactly.
So if I give you the precise definition, is like earn one's living as a freelancer. If you know what freelancer is, it's again like a person who just does remote jobs.
Yeah. So it's
Right.
more like something that is working remote. It's working from your own, from the comfort of your home. So it's something that's quite in nowadays, because nowadays due to COVID situation, offices are closing, and freelancing thing was the main go-to thing, because a lot of offices started outsourcing their work to a lot of freelancers, and this industry became in the recent current crisis. So freelancing is something that has big prospect, big earning, and especially for Pakistanis who are actually in Pakistan and the wages are quite low. You get good amount of money, and you can make money in dollars, which is sort of a stable currency as compared to Pakistan. Uh, so Masood, how about you start with telling your experience as a content writer? What did you used to do as a freelancer?
I would talk about like why I ended freelancing or something. So, I when I was in my like A levels, I had a lot of free time because the exams luckily got cancelled, and we just had to we were free because we were getting like expected grades. So I had like a couple of months free, nothing to do, and I was getting bored. And I wanted to try freelancing a lot, and because I had been researching on freelancing a lot before, and I wanted to try. And in my research, I found about like content writing, web development, UI UX, graphic designing, and a lot more. But at that time, the skill that I had was like writing. My writing was quite good, so that's why I thought about enter into the field of content writing. So
Yeah.
Mubin, what about you? Like, which field
Uh,
did you enter in? And
uh,
when did you enter in?
yeah.
I entered in my A levels. So what
Oh,
about you?
okay. So my initial plan was not to get into freelancing before, because I never knew. When I was learning, I actually got into web development. First, I started. First of all, like I started coding at a very young age. I was in grade 8 or something. I started coding. I got to know about some pseudo codes, and I started searching on internet randomly, and I found out that instead of the pseudo codes, there is some sort of high level language that people use to create stuff on internet. So the game I'm actually playing, the GTA Vice City and the Most Wanted, and all those Fast and Furious Most Wanted and Counter Strike, and every game I was actually playing was coded by some random guy. So I started thinking, what is it? What's the thing? So after doing some research, I got to know that like there are programming languages that we can use to create, and that actually like incited me to create something. So I started learning HTML, CSS at first, because I got to know that thing from we our school used to let us make some like random creepy web pages, and I started doing some research, and I found out that integrating HTML with JavaScript could
Mm.
result into a good front end website that we actually use no
I,
and Google usually. So I first like spent like 1 or 2 years just learning about web dev, and then when I was done with it, I found out that there are certain sites like freelancer.com, upwork.com, Fiverr. These sites were there where I can actually create my profile and start earning. So that was the time I started doing. So I started working as a freelancer during my grade 11. So right now it's more like 5 years since I have been working in freelance market.
I see. So like as you heard from Mubeen, like he wasn't already skillful in web dev and before he started freelancing. So what he did is that he chose a field that he was interested in, and he learned the skill necessary required skills in that field, and then he entered the freelance market.
Yeah.
So those who are like listening to me right now and are thinking that I don't have a skill or something, the my advice and maybe the advice would be the same as I guess that first find your interest. What do you want to do? Like there's a majority of things that you can do. Like you can like make marketing. You can do SEO, SEM marketing. You can do graphic designing. You can do like web dev. You can do content writing. You can do copywriting
Yeah.
and a lot more. So first, like find out what you are
Yeah,
passionate
the
about,
horizon
and
is vast.
yeah.
It's actually vast.
So
So how about we inform our viewers about who actually don't know about freelancing? How about we inform them about the sites that they can go to and create their profile and
yeah,
make
yeah,
up a portfolio first?
I'm coming on that. So that was like first like find your passion about what you want to do, learn that skill. Then the second thing is like find the right platform to go on.
Hmm.
Let like there are a couple of platforms that you can use which are quite trustworthy. One is like freelancer.com, one is Upwork, Fiverr, and I think these are three most like top.
Yeah, these are
Yeah,
exactly the top. Like
freelancing
we can even
platforms.
include guru.com. That's another good site where you can make your portfolio. So these four or three are the most viewed and
But like
used.
I have a question for you. Like, what was your journey towards like freelancing.com or something? Because for me, if I tell you about my story, is it I didn't work on like freelancer.com or Upwork or Fiverr in my like first year. I would say I was working with different clients on through Facebook groups.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So yeah, I'd surely know
Yeah,
that
yeah,
like
yeah,
with those Facebook groups, you might find a lot of people.
yeah. Exactly.
You might find a lot of people who scam you a lot.
Hmm.
But like I think I was lucky in this case because the person that I got that I worked with I can say he's my mentor in freelancing domain. So he was I found a like nice guy who helped me out through all the steps, all the stages, and that's why I started from like Facebook groups. Then I moved towards like freelancer.com, Upwork, and Fiverr. And the main reason that I had sticked to the through the Facebook groups because I was getting work there, and secondly I was getting a chance to build up my portfolio.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
whenever you're going to like freelancer.com or Upwork, you can't just go there and ask for jobs. You need to have a good portfolio.
You need
right?
a portfolio. That's the problem I faced previously.
So like, what was your journey?
Yeah, so that's exactly the problem that I faced. I straight went on to Upwork, Fiverr, freelance. For like 6 months or something, I was constantly bidding, but like I wasn't able to get a single post because I had those websites made. I had really good websites made, and I was able to satisfy a lot of people's demand. But like people were like, this guy has never worked with someone, so it's more like a trust issue or something. So I wasn't able to get. So like after watching some sort of YouTube videos regarding like freelancing and how to get a bid and how to get your bid accepted, one thing was that get one guy, at least work for one guy who can give you a good review.
Hi.
And I actually worked for, and then I somehow was again actually went to Facebook. Then my final resort was Facebook. Then I went to through Facebook. I was able to find one guy um, who wanted a one page website for his pet dating app. Seems weird, right?
So yes,
Yeah, it's like a very weird stuff. He created an app, like he got an app created, but he wanted a site that was to like publicize and to like publicize his app. So for that purpose, he actually approached me, and now I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. But and I like and I, like he actually posted a job, and I actually went to him, PM'd him, and that I'll do all of this for free, but in return I would like a good feedback. So he accepted that thing, and I actually did that entire thing, and I actually got a very good feedback from him. And he because he actually liked my work, he actually got a lot of different clients for me as well. So the thing is, he actually bought clients, and I actually took those clients to Upwork and these sort of platforms. And this is how I started making a good portfolio. So I took clients from Facebook to Upwork, so that people who are in Upwork knows that there are clients who are registered in Upwork who gave him work. So that's exactly how I made a good portfolio, and how I was able to get really good feedbacks.
yeah. So we are talking about like the Upwork and freelancing.com. Uh, like it's good to have an impression and like have a good impression on your like on Upwork or freelancer.com or whatever website you're using for freelancing. But the issue is that how do you get it? And the way that you can get it is the way through like Mubeen's way,
Yeah.
or you can like I like more or less Mubeen's and my and Mubeen's way was is more or less similar, right?
Yeah,
We both
exactly.
went through Facebook, got some clients, got some
Yeah.
feedback, got some reviews.
Yeah.
Then we went towards freelancer and Upwork.
Exactly. So this was related to like web dev, but I have like attended a lot of freelance community, like community gathering and stuff. And whenever I talk to people, they were like from very different backgrounds. Someone was like a graphic designer, someone was doing like digital marketing, and someone was like creating logos and illustrations, and someone was like a cartoonist or something. So they had very different ways of approaching people. I'll tell you about like one guy. His name was Sabir. The guy actually was a digital marketer, and he wasn't able to get a job. So what he did was that he went to a local vendor and asked him that like, I will publicize your pastries, because that was a very small bakery, and he said like, I will publicize your pastry for free, and whenever you start getting more profit, you start giving me work, you start like paying me, then you can pay me this amount. So he was like, okay, if I get a certain profit, certain amount of profit, I'll be giving you 20% of that in commission. So that was how he got work, and that was how he actually normalized, like he told everyone about the thing, and then he also was able to get a good review out of that thing.
Yeah, and like try to explore your interest, because like once you get a like you can like try a skill and you find out that you're not good at it or you're not able to market that skill. Try to change the skill. So like that's when the way.
Yeah, there are a lot of skills where what we can talk about that you can use in freelancing, so which includes actually.
Like which includes like marketing professionals,
Yeah.
and like designers. And the fun thing is that in the place that I'm working right now, the company where I'm working, we have like hired a designer from a freelancing platform.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
Wow. So that's
it's that common right
so
now.
is he doing like designing for some?
Yeah, he's designing the websites for us, like
Oh,
the
okay.
Figma designs, and I'm like, I'm a web developer, so I'm just like developing the front ends and back ends.
Oh,
So the
okay.
point is, like again, freelancers are not restricted to like any country or any place.
Exactly.
They can
exactly.
work from like I think that guy's from Philippines. I'm
Oh,
not sure.
Philippines.
I never asked him, but that's
Oh.
what I believe.
That's cool, because there are a lot of people, but especially like mostly people are from India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and these guys have like destroyed like the market
Moreover, like
entirely.
you know about my project, like the window cleaning project.
Yeah, I know about
So like
that.
like as a one is like you are a freelancer who's looking for a job. This time we have like put a job on like Fiverr
Oh wow.
for market research.
Oh, for market research.
So, yeah, so like we just got a person from India to work for us as a
Oh, wow.
freelancer for market research.
Exactly.
So So like even who are listening here and who want someone like to work for themselves for them,
Yeah.
they can like use this platform to like hire people out
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
a very good platform because it's somehow you can get like cheap labor some sort of, because they don't cost a lot. Like if you are going to get someone in Hong Kong to
I
work for
won't say
you,
cheap labor, but like
but
good labor.
yeah, good as
Cheap
well
is a
as
harsh word
as
here.
yeah, as well as like very skilled labor probably. And especially if you go to Hong Kong, you would like it would cost you a lot. But like if you go to a freelance site and something like that, you're going to save a lot of money, save a lot of bucks. So the thing is, this is how people go and like get their jobs. So
So
there are like different skills that you can actually work on.
one,
You can be a photographer, you can be a SEO optimization.
you can be a data analyst. You can be a, like even you can be an accountant.
Yeah,
Like,
you can even do bookkeeping for a lot of different companies
or
that
like
you
you
can
can be a
do.
videographer. Or
Yeah,
like anything you
yeah, you can be a editor. I even know people who do uh
Oh,
who do very random stuff on Fiverr, and like they're
like
actually earning
I
that.
like
I'll do your homework or something.
yeah,
I'll do your
but like
drawing.
I won't recommend like if you're going for like homeworks or something
Yeah,
assignments.
yeah.
I really won't recommend it because like personally I think
It's your
the,
own task. Do
no
it yourself.
yeah, it's your own task. Do it yourself first of all, and like otherwise you won't learn the stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What's the purpose of
Yeah, it's
education?
your
And
thing.
secondly, like you are like I would say it's not fair to other students who are working themselves.
Yeah. We discourage all of this.
I totally discourage
Yeah, we actually
outsourcing
both like
homeworks or assignments or
outsourcing
even
these
exams.
assignments. Exactly, as outsourcing exams. The
So,
thing, man. So yeah, that's the thing. So literally, a lot of stuff is being worked. So let's come on the platforms. I actually mentioned a lot about a lot of different platforms. My personal favorite platform was Upwork, because Upwork is a very credible platform. Like the thing, it's very difficult to make a like portfolio, like register yourself as a freelancer in Upwork, because they take some while to like verify you, and then they first look at your portfolio, and if you are capable enough, then they will give you the job, then they will actually accept your account. So that was the case when I was trying to get into freelancing. So one time my profile got rejected. So after getting some work and doing something for the Facebook guy, and getting a good feedback, I was then able to get myself into Upwork. So
yeah.
what do you say about freelancing platform that you use?
Well, I rarely used freelancing platforms. I was more relying on Facebook.
Okay.
But like the platform that I used was freelancer.com. And like the major reason that I used it was like quite famous at the time when I was like into freelancing. And like it was easy to get in. It wasn't that hard.
It's even easy to find, because if some newbie guy just write freelance on Facebook, the SEO will
It was like
optimize it to the top.
Like
So
if you just write freelance sites, so you will get freelancer.com at the top.
yeah, sort of.
Sort of. Yeah, Fiverr is at the top currently.
Okay.
At least on our search engines at our location.
But at that time, like SEO was really optimized for freelancer because of their
and
URL.
at that time it was like a hype. And like, Mubeen, did you try anything else about like web dev? Like for me, I started with transcription, but I failed badly on that. I couldn't carry on with my transcription freelancing things.
I tried on different things.
Then I went to get content writing. So
I tried
transcription was the first
working
thing.
with WordPress. I know how to WordPress do like WordPress editing and stuff. Then went, and since when I completely learned about front end dev, I was able to get and peek into the WordPress database. So I started learning about WordPress development, like creating themes and plugins and all this stuff. So I also did certain stuff like this, because like people wanted their WordPress plugins to be optimized to their needs, and those plugins were not optimized to their needs. So I used to get back into the code and then fix something up and add some functionality into those plugins, so that they could actually do something for them they wanted. So
So may I ask, what's the best site to like best resource to like learn a skill for freelancing?
YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube is actually the best place you can learn anything, literally anything you can learn. you need anything, you just go to YouTube. And for web dev, I would recommend W3 School. But for overall, literally, you don't need to learn graphic designing. You need to learn Illustrator. You need Photoshop. You need Premiere Pro. Just go to YouTube, search it on, and then you'll find a lot of good tutorials. Some Indian random guy would be talking in an Indian accent, and he'll be talking you, and he'll be making you go through the entire course really easily. So that's the
Yeah.
go through sites.
So like you don't have to worry about skills, but the only thing is that you need to be careful of scams that are going on. Because it's an online platform, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you can be scammed easily, and you
Yeah.
can't even catch the person.
Exactly.
So that's why like it's recommended instead of using Facebook groups or like other such platforms, you should go to freelancer, Upwork or something.
Yeah.
Because it's like it has its own standards.
Yeah, exactly.
So
There are a lot of scams. There are a lot of fights as well, because you might come into a fight, and then you want someone for arbitration, and when you are actually on Facebook, you might not get that thing. So in freelancer sites like Upwork and these sort of stuff, even though they cost you money, they take your 10% of the amount, or like 2% of the amount. It's up to 10% now.
Yeah.
What the hell? So they're earning a lot of stuff, money from the site.
Let me
So,
check.
yeah, reality check. But the thing is, like, you can go to these sites even though they cost you money. But like, whenever you have any sort of conflicts with your employee, you can, and with your client, you can actually like raise it up to the Upwork, and they will look at your conversation and stuff. And remember, I have a very pro thing for you, like very pro tip for you, that
like here it says the freelancer keeps 80% of his transactions.
Oh,
So it's about
wow.
20%.
yeah, so like they have increased it to 20%. Wow. So one pro tip I wanted to mention was that don't talk to your client on some random social media sites or something. Just don't call them, or don't do anything. Talk to them on the registered like freelance site that you got the job from. There is a chat option in freelance thing, and when you actually get like the job, you actually have to talk to them in the freelance place, so that Upwork and all the other like freelance sites can actually monitor it and can view it, so that they know that when in case of any sort of fights and conflicts, arbitration can be really easy. So they can arbitrate, and then they can like release your money, because sometimes the client don't release the money from escrow. So the thing is, that's how it works.
Yeah, so like another question that I have for you, Mubeen, is that have you ever been scammed
Hmm.
or very
No.
close to being scammed or something?
No. That's the thing. I have never been scammed. That's one of the best thing that happened to me, because I took guidance from YouTube, and they were really good freelancers, and they gave really good guidance related to this. So I was able to skip a lot of scams, but there are certain scams, and that are very much related to Facebook. My interaction with Facebook was, for the very first time, was just to get my first job. And when I was able to get my first job, I just kept taking my clients to freelance sites, even though like they were taking like 20% of my amount. But like, I was very good enough, because I knew that there could be any sort of scams, and I was really young to actually hint them out. So that's why I took all my clients to freelance sites.
Yeah, and like this is all about like how do you get on like freelance sites, but the game doesn't stop there. You need to maintain a good portfolio. You need to like be good at talking to your clients.
Yeah,
So
conversation skills are the must. Skills are the must thing that a freelancer needs to have. If you can't talk in English, if you can't speak your, if
at
you
least
can't
you
literally
at
brag
least
about your
at least
about your skills.
okay, at least you should know how to type in English, because like most of the clients are from USA or like other countries.
Yeah.
And the fun fact is that most of the freelancing jobs in Pakistan are available at night because it's morning in USA, right?
Exactly. I had to go through that thing, because I had some clients from USA, and I had to stay. I have to do a night. I used to wake up from like 12 to 6, wake all my family for Fajr, and then I used to sleep. So that used to be my routine. But yeah, that happens when you have like clients from abroad.
So like whenever you approach a client, have a good like English.
Yeah.
Be respectful to the client, because once he goes, he might give you a bad review, and your impression
Yeah,
of freelancing
not.
or Upwork or Fiverr.com might lose,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or your like you might not get much more
Yeah,
work.
not just it's not a matter of review. The thing is, in freelance world, the thing this entirely works on the basis of references, like referrals. So you might be referred, but if you go do good for some of your client, if you are working well for your some of your client, those client will refer you to their friends who potentially want some like they want some employee to actually help them, so they might refer you to their friends. So this is how the freelance thing works. You start, if you get one client happy, he'll actually make you happy for your entire career.
That's you start your connections.
Hmm.
And the thing is that as a web dev, did you like did you ever occur in a situation where you did the work and you're about to get paid, and the client said there are a few more changes that you need to do?
Yeah, that's the thing. So that this thing actually sucks, to be honest, because at the last moment, your contract is about to end, and the guy says that you need some changes to do. I want some changes for you to do. I used very different tactics here, because one thing was that your contract is going to end. One of my tactic was to I used to say, if you need one more mock-up, I will charge you extra, and sometime I used to get extra money just for one change. So that was one thing I used to do. So this is how this thing actually sucks, but this is reality. Like, people are like this, so it's reality, sort of.
Okay, yeah. And the thing is that like you need to be on your toes at freelancer, Upwork, and Fiverr.coms, such websites, because there's always someone willing to do the same thing that you're doing
Oh,
at a
even
cheaper
yeah,
funds.
yeah, yeah. Even actually in the freelance marketplaces, you will find a lot of Indians and Pakistanis and Bangladeshis. These guys have actually destroyed the entire market. Some of them literally create websites for just $5.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
$5.
just $5. What the hell, man? What $5? You're taking $5. What would you be getting out of that $5, literally? So that's the thing. The people have actually destroyed the entire market somehow. And it is very difficult to convince the client that if someone is working for cheaper, and they will ask you like, this guy is working for like for like $15, why are you actually charging $50? And so it's something it's sort of a very confusing question, to be honest, but you have to deal with that thing, because you need to like answer him with a good response. The thing is that the quality matters, and you think that your work will deliver quality to them. So that's the thing.
That's how it works. Mubin, then I have a question for you. Like, you have been working in like freelancing for about a couple of years, like more than me at least, and now you're working in corporate world as well.
Hmm.
So, what do you prefer, and why do you prefer which one?
um since I'm working in corporate world right now, um it sucks to be in our office and work for the full time, and you don't even have any sort of other entertainment to watch.
But like it's
But in terms of like money, right now, since I'm working in Hong Kong, it actually it cost me like it's actually giving me much more amount of money than I could have earned on freelance marketplace.
like it depends.
Yeah.
It's depends from place to place, because place to place, because you didn't do freelancing in Hong Kong, you did freelancing
No,
in
no, no,
Pakistan,
no.
right?
Yeah, but
So, and the main question is, how is it? Like, why do you prefer corporate, or why do you prefer freelancing? For example, as a freelancer, you might be working 7 days a week. You
yeah,
might be working in nights and not in the mornings. It might not suit your
yeah,
schedule. But in a corporate world, you have a simple schedule that
yeah.
you need
You
to follow,
actually
and you
have
have like certain holidays and stuff.
yeah. So that if you're very like easy on your work, then you would actually love freelancing. But to be honest, I wanted this corporate experience, so I actually got into that thing. But I believe both have their pros and cons, because in freelance, like they sometime you might have to do very urgent changes, and you have to like literally wake up and do those changes really quickly. In corporate world, everything works systematically. You just have to stay from 9 to 6, and then you're gone. So after that, you have that time only for your family. That's the pros of like corporate world. But in freelance, one of the biggest thing is that you can work on your own time schedule. You can be you can be your own boss. That's it. No one is gonna to call you for coming late or something. You be your own boss, and you work for yourself. So there are different advantages and different disadvantages for both of these things.
Yeah, and the things that I'm just advising some clients who are looking for like freelancers, that whenever you are asking someone to do a job for you, give them a good detailed brief so that the
Yeah,
person knows what to do.
that's true. That's really true, because if you are able to like brief him out with full details, this is going to actually help not only the freelancer but you as well, because you're going to get your work done in a quite considerable time. So that's the thing.
Yeah. So did we miss anything, or is it
I think we are mostly done with a lot of stuff. I think so. We don't have any other stuff to talk about.
like?
But
So the thing is that if you want to become a freelancer, you just need a laptop or probably an iPad. If you're doing graphic designing,
yeah,
you need a good internet connection.
and
You
that's
need a
it.
skill,
Yeah,
and you need a motivation,
yeah. You just need
and
motivation.
you can earn bucks.
Yeah, you can
So,
earn a lot of bucks, especially living in Pakistan. You can be earning a lot of money. The thing is, you won't be spending that much as like out as like in foreign country. The thing, you will be earning in dollars and you would be spending in rupees, so that would be much advantageous for you.
but that's what
And
they're
even
doing right now.
Pakistan, like to be honest, Pakistan, I got to know is like ranked 4 in the freelance marketplace. They are very highly ranked. Like India is at first, and then there are like few other countries, and Pakistan is actually ranked like 4 on freelance, like for freelance marketplaces. So the thing is, we are generating a lot of freelancers, and in fact, freelancers is actually helping Pakistani economy as well, because they bring the money, they bring the dollars that Pakistan desires for, and they're actually looking for. So that's the thing, that you are actually would be facilitating the economy
But
as
the
well.
issue is that Pakistan doesn't have PayPal, right? And most
Yeah,
of the
that's the
clients,
thing.
that's a bit of
That's a
headache.
very good issue that raised by Masood, because Pakistan don't have PayPal, and that was one of the biggest issue for me to receive payments. I people, my clients used to ask me to give my PayPal account, like PayPal account to them, and they would actually transfer the amount, and that would be really convenient. But the thing is, we never had PayPal, and our money used to get deducted by the government as well. So it used to be get deducted by the freelance marketplace and also from the government, just in case of taxes and stuff. So I created a Pioneer account and linked it to my father's uh, like bank account, because at that time I wasn't even eligible to create a bank account.
This is how young you started.
Yeah. So I wasn't eligible to create. And if you go to the bank, the freelance, like the bank doesn't considered freelance as a profession, so they never literally created a bank account for me. Never literally.
I think the things might be different right now.
Yeah, I
because,
hope that, because
see, it's been 2 years that you have stopped doing freelancing, I guess.
yeah, it should be different, and especially in Hong Kong, it's quite really easy. So I think if I want to start in Hong Kong, it's quite convenient and really
Yeah.
easy as well.
And like last words that I would like give you guys, last some advices that I would give you guys, that you should make a portfolio, and it can be paper portfolio or like a doc portfolio, but I would recommend make your own website. And even for the designers or stuff, like
Yeah,
you can easily make a website. You don't need to be a good coder.
Yeah,
Uh,
you just go to WordPress. You can easily
Yeah, just go.
create a
Just, you can just
portfolio for
use
yourself.
Wix or WordPress, and you can make a
Yeah.
simple static portfolio
And
that
put
can
your
be
work
useful.
in that website.
Yeah.
Just share that link in every business, in every bit that you're making. Just share that link, and that the client would actually look at that.
And it will it will like feel as it will give a feel of a professional as well.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to create your website, and that would be something for your portfolio.
And the advice that I can give is that network with the other freelancers.
Yeah, that
and,
one.
and I think there's a trend right now in Pakistan of co-working spaces. If
Yeah.
I'm not wrong.
Co-working
So
spaces
like
are
try
really
to
good.
like go to co-working spaces. You'll meet a lot of freelancers,
Uh,
and they will like. I think they would be more than happy to guide you out.
yeah, they would be very happy to guide you out. That's how I actually also made a lot of networks. Actually, there was there were different freelance conferences I used to attend, and there I used to get a lot of good people who used to guide me about a lot of different things. So some new YouTuber, like some new freelancer used to even publish their cards, and they used to like hand their cards to everyone. So like if that's one thing how you can publicize yourself as well. You can just create your cards and then give it to others. And if some other guy, if he needs some work, he have something to for you to do, he will look at that card, he will straight on contact you and then give you that work.
Yeah, and like after completing a work for a client, do ask him for referrals or recommendation letters
Yeah.
or reviews.
Yeah,
They help a lot, to be honest.
that's in fact the first thing we talked about. You need reviews to be a good freelancer. You need reviews to be credible.
Yeah, and I
So
think we are almost at the end of
yeah,
our
we are
podcast.
literally almost done with all our tips. Hopefully, you would be successful in life.
Hopefully, you'll try freelancing, because it's
Yeah,
it's an
I hope that.
easy way to like earn some money for yourself and like support yourself at a young age, right? Because there isn't much trend in Pakistan of like getting on your own feet at a very young
Yeah, I
age.
think self sustainability is self dependency is one of the key thing. You can think about stop being dependent on on your parents and like just comfort them, because when you start growing up, one of the best feeling you will ever have would be being self dependent, and that's the thing. You just need self. So by freelancing, by not even leaving your home, you are able to earn amount of like some amount of money. So that's how you can be self-dependent, be on your own, and be very much in and very much like updated to the market and how things work. Even like I would suggest like people who want to start some sort of business, or I want to be some entrepreneurs or something, but they don't have any good business plans or something, they can even get business ideas from working in a freelance marketplace, because you would be interacting with a lot of entrepreneurs who would be giving you work, so you can actually talk about the inner workings of their company and stuff, so you might get a lot of very good ideas out of that.
Yeah, so that's the end from our side.
Yeah, that's I think that's a lot from our side, and hopefully we actually addressed all your concerns and all your questions that and all your doubts that might have originated in your mind. So I think that's all from us. So this is Mubeen signing out.
This is Masood signing out.
So see you again in some other podcast. See you everyone.